Hey everybody, welcome to Mathematical Production. Today we'll be going over an example on how to solve for an inverse function and how to verify that it's correct. So our example for today is f of x is equal to 7x squared plus 10. So the first step you're going to want to do is transfer your f of x into y just to make it more simple. And now you're going to want to change your y into x and vice versa because we're solving for the inverse function. And now that you made the appropriate transformation, you now want to solve for y. So because you're adding 10 to the right side and you're solving for y, you want to go ahead and subtract 10 from both sides. And that will give you x minus 10 is equal to 7y squared. Because you're multiplying by 7, you want to do the inverse of that and divide 7 from both sides. And the 7s will cross out, and you're left with y squared is equal to x minus 10 over 7. And now you want to isolate for y squared. And the opposite of square is square root. So you want to go ahead and take the square root of both sides. So the square and the square root will cross out, and you'll be left with y is equal to the square root of x minus 10 over 7. And the last step is to transfer your y back into the inverse function notation. And now I'll just give you f to the negative 1 of x is equal to square root of x minus 10 over 7. And even though I said negative 1, that doesn't really apply any operation. This is just a notation for the inverse function. And this will be your answer. So let's say that you want to verify that your inverse function is correct. You could go ahead and plug that inverse function back into the original function, and your answer should be x. So your original function was f of x is equal to 7x squared plus 10. So now we're going to want to plug in our inverse function, which in this case is the square root of x minus 10 over 7. And we're going to plug this in everywhere you see an x in your original function. And we only see it one time. So the square root of x minus 10 over 7. And that is being squared plus 10. So the first step is to multiply your square root and square together. So another way of thinking about a square root is what that expression is to the power of 1/2. So let's go ahead and rewrite that. So we're going to have x minus 10 over 7 to the 1/2. And whenever you have an exponent raised to another exponent, you're actually going to end up just multiplying those two together. So 1/2 times 2 is just 1, and anything to the power of 1 is just itself. So we're going to be left with 7 times x minus 10 over 7 plus 10. Now 7 divided by 7 is just 1, so those cross out. And now I'll give you x minus 10 plus 10. And negative 10 plus positive 10 just gives you 0. So those two crosses out, and you're left with x. And this is what we're expecting, because whenever you plug in the original function into the inverse function or vice versa, you should get x. Alright, if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out some of our other videos on this similar topic. Thank you.